Dear students, we are going to talk about the effects of devaluation on balance of payment. And here we have the elasticity approach for measuring the effect of devaluation on balance of payment. This topic is going to be presented in two videos, and this is the first part of the video. Welcome you all to the video. There are two approaches to study the effects of devaluation on the balance of payment, and one is microeconomic approach. Second one is macroeconomic approach. Microeconomic approach. Today we are going to talk about elasticity approach, which is a microeconomic approach. Here we consider relative prices of imported commodities and exported commodities, and this is a microeconomic approach. And absorption approach that we will be studying in the coming days is a macroeconomic approach. And let's go to the to the video straight away. As you all know, devaluation is a technique adopted normally by the deficit country to wipe out their deficit, to increase the export and to reduce the import. So this is the objective of devaluation. But in fact, devaluation's success depends on various factors, including the elasticities of import commodities and export commodities. That is what we are going to talk about as part of the elasticity approach. Market access is another matter. Then production capacity of the economy. So when in order to increase the export, even if devaluation is done, the production capacity should be higher, then only they can increase the export. Then domestic price stability is also necessary. Even though the devaluation is happening, the price stability is much needed for the foreigners to come to the market and buy the products from our market. Then international cooperation is also much desirable, and there should be no currency war. So devaluation may trigger some currency war, so it should be avoided. Then external debt is another matter. So when devaluation is declared, devaluation is adopted, the debt burden, external debt burden denominated in foreign currencies will be increased. It will be increased as the currency value, domestic currency's value has declined after devaluation. Then we have to pay more after devaluation. Then the nature of the fiscal policy and monetary policy are also important to help the nations increase export and reduce the deficit. So we are going to talk about the elasticity approach. This is an approach, this is the microeconomic approach to find out the effect of devaluation on the balance of payments. Here in this elasticity approach, the relative prices of imported commodities and exported commodities will be considered. Relative changes in price of import commodity and export commodities will be considered. So higher the elasticity for exported commodities and imported commodities, better the result from devaluation, and lower the elasticity for exported commodities and imported commodities, the result would be bad. And when unitary elasticity is the situation for export commodities and import commodities, effect of devaluation could be neutral on the balance of payments. So here in this video we are going to look at the elasticity of imported commodity and elasticity of exported commodity. So here this is elasticity of imported commodities. There are three possibilities normally for the elasticity of the imported commodity of the devaluing nation. So in the devaluing nation, the elasticity of the imported commodity could be unitary, could be inelastic, could be elastic. So when the elasticity of the imported commodity of the devaluing country is unitary, so when it is unitary, the fall in import will be proportionate. You can see in the diagram which is plotted in the left side of the screen, you can see that when the price of when the import normally devaluation leads to increase in import price. So whenever the price of import increases from P0 to P1, the quantity demanded will come down as per the law of demand. And since the elasticity is unitary, then there will be decline in import demand which is proportionate to the increase in price. Then that means there will be no change will happen on the balance of payment when the import elasticity is unitary. At the same time, when the import elasticity is inelastic or the elasticity of less than 1, then what will happen? Then fall in import is less than proportionate to the fall in price. Suppose the price has increased from P0 to P1. This is after devaluation. After devaluation, the import price has increased. As you know, devaluation is the reduction in the value of the domestic currency in terms of foreign currency. That means the domestic currency value declined. That means the import price has increased from P0 to P1. So when price increased from P0 to P1, the quantity demanded just declined from Q0 to Q1. This is less than proportionate decline in import demand, even though the price has increased tremendously after devaluation. So this could lead to the deterioration of the balance of payments after devaluation. So inelasticity leads to the bad situation from devaluation. So when, at the same time, when the import elasticity is elastic demand or greater than 1, the fall in import could be much more than proportionate than the rise in price. That means when the price when the domestic price of the foreign commodity increased from P0 to P1, this is a marginal increase in price, but the quantity demanded declined more than proportionately, so hugely. That means this is the more than proportionate decline in import after devaluation. That means this could improve the balance of payment of the nation after devaluation only when the elasticity is greater than 1 or elastic demand. Normally for the commodities like rice and other inevitable necessary commodities, the devaluation could not lead to much change in the import and export of these kind of commodities which are highly necessary, and the elasticity of these commodities could normally be less than 1 or less elastic or inelastic. The same may be the case for the crude oil, but the situation may change in the future with the development of electric vehicles in future. That is a thing we have to wait and watch. The import and export of pharmaceuticals may also be the same case. Its elasticity could be normally less, as the devaluation could not lead to the desirable decline in import, and this devaluation could worsen the BOP's situation, in fact, instead of improving the BOP's condition. So let's also look at the elasticity of exported commodities, and the rest will be discussed in the next video. So we will stop the current video with this topic, elasticity of export commodities. So there are three possibilities, as we already known in the case of imported commodities. There could be unitary elasticity, there could be inelastic demand, export demand, there could be elastic export demand. So when export commodities elasticity is unitary or equal to 1, the rise in quantity exported will be equal to the fall in price. So when price declines, the demand will increase. This is the law of demand. So when the elasticity is unitary or equal to 1, when price declines from P0 to P1, so this is the foreign demand for the domestic commodity. Normally, as you know, devaluation is adopted to increase the export by making the export deliberately cheaper or competitive. The foreigners will come to the market as the price is low, as the commodities, currencies, domestic currencies value is low than before, then they will purchase more. So when elasticity is unitary, when elasticity is equal to 1, export elasticity is equal to 1, the decline in price, that means 10% decline in price leads to 10% increase in export. That means no change will happen in reality. No change is going to happen in the BOP's account of the nation, balance of payment of the nation. This is not the case when elasticity of the exported commodity is inelastic or less than 1. When export price of the commodity, when export price of the domestic commodity declined from P0 to P1 due to devaluation. So when elasticity is less than 1, the quantity demanded will not increase as desired, and the increase in quantity exported demand is much less than the decline in price. That means that could surely deteriorate the BOP's of the nation. So inelasticity will make distress for the nation after devaluation. Then this is not the case for elasticity of the exported. When there is elastic demand for the exported commodity, when elasticity is greater than 1 for the exported commodity, the rise in import is more than rise in export is more than proportionate to the decline in price. The export price of the commodity declined after devaluation from P0 to P1. Then the quantity demanded, that means the foreigners' demand for the domestic commodity, increased tremendously from Q0 to Q1. This is more than proportionate increase in demand only when the elasticity is greater than 1 or elastic demand. So this is the case. So normally we can say that when the elasticity is unitary, the devaluation is not going to make any change. When the elasticity of both exported and imported commodity is inelastic or less than 1, the devaluation will surely deteriorate the balance of payments of the country. At the same time, when the elasticity is greater than 1 for both export and import commodities, the devaluation will surely improve the balance of payment conditions of the nation. So this is not a completed video. We will look into the Marshall-Lerner conditions with examples in the next video. Thank you.